Pisces, let's start off with the sun. Okay, let's get closer here. All right, Pisces. Yes, the sun was in your your sixth house of work, your health. Okay, so a lot of Pisces people just went through some karmic shit, something. Depending on what had happened to you, this could have been family. Depending on your chart, again, you could be a Pisces something. And then the sixth house is a karmic house, guys. So when the sun is transiting there, it's not just your health. This could be literally your like taking on more debt, blind spots to your seventh house. Now the sixth house is adding more flavor to like you, like your life. So like we just had a full moon in your 12th house, so you've been more creative, you've been doing your own thing. Some of you been overindulging, taking wasteful shit. The sixth house is like something blindsided you because the full moon happened in your 12th house. So whenever Leo season comes, Pisces, you could be blindsided by whether it's emotions, whether it's your family. It could have been, again, your mother's side of the family, because the sixth house is the maternal side. This could have changed your job, your co-workers that you were with, you know. A lot of you could have taken time off, Pisces, from work. Okay, so now the sun is entering your seventh house. So the seventh house is cool because the seventh house is like, again, your cardinal houses, Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Virgo. This is where you get shit going. So while all of us have a crappy gay old time, you, my friend, instead, you're going to be building towards something, fixing or getting things started. In this case, it looks like it'd be in your home. So whether you work from home, whether you just moved that home and you're repairing that, right? Whether your husband or your lover, right? The seventh house is partnerships. Mercury is in there right now. Mercury is going to go into the Libra house. Let me show you that. That way you can see it. So the sun will be here in your seventh house, but then it'll enter your the sun will be entering your seventh house and Mercury will be entering your eighth house. Mercury is the ruler of your fourth house and your seventh house. Now the fourth house is like emotions, your internal development, how shit is clicking for you. Mars being here is going to make you want to dive into your own family, dive into your like working, doing things with your mom. Mars is the ruler of your second house, which is like your finances, your literally your face. The second house does have things to do with your confidence, like your assets or resources that you're slowly trying to obtain or gain, by the way. What else? Mars is also the ruler of your ninth house. So a lot of you could have just gotten back from a trip, or there's a trip that can literally transform your whole concept of shit. Whether it is like, you find like usually trips trigger portals, but for you in particularly, it can trigger like a portal in the sense of, depending on your chart, it can trigger like a portal within you that makes you make a decision about your life. So the seventh house, like I always tell you, the seventh house is like a decision-making house. Why do I say that? Because once you, for instance, let's say you buy a car, you made that decision, you signed that lease to that car. That is a contract you signed, and now you have to live with the situation for however many years. When you merge in relationships, they affect your internalness. So a lot of you been focusing on your job lately, or your job been like not stable, This is a good time for you, Pisces, to get stable in your job. A lot of you actually, some of you have been fighting, especially the younger Pisces. A lot of you have been fighting with your partners, and you don't get into like deals, especially maybe their family members or their mother, some sort. You may be clashing with that family. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Anybody there? I want to see, is there like a Pisces? There's Pisces that are very aggressive right now because you have this transit in your third house. So your mind has you thinking all these things are coming in for you that are affecting you, literally. For instance, those eclipses are happening in the third house of your mind and then the ninth house of what you believe. So in your brain, this shit makes sense. So I hope that makes sense for you. So it depends on those that are single Pisces. If you're a single Pisces and you don't have anyone in your life, which is beyond me how you don't, but maybe like the younger generation. Okay, if you have no one in your life though, the sun is now focused there. But Venus is in the sixth house, so the connections that you're making could be a little tad bit like bumpy in the sense of maybe you're not communicating the right way. Again, it's how you're expressing yourself, not the tone. So the second house is the tone that you're using. The third house is the words that you're actually using. So you may think you're not saying the right thing, or your partner may need an extra encouragement for this. Your partner looks like they're busy with their job, Pisces. It looks like your partner has a lot going on with their jobs. They've been on some writing and there's a lot of writer stuff for people that are Pisces in here, or working on social media. Okay, so when the sun goes into your seventh house, more than likely there will be changes mainly to what you're doing on your daily. So I hope that makes sense for Pisces out there. Now let's talk about Mars and Gemini. Mars and Gemini is happening in your fourth house. Like I said, Mars is the ruler of your ninth house and the ruler of your second house. So these are changes that are happening to maybe supervisors at your job, ninth house. They might be changing them. They might be going on a vacation or leaving, whatever, your connection with them in general. The second house could be, like I said, it's something you're working on. Maybe people in your family are working with finances, or you guys are getting the finances associated differently. Some of you had a partner that may be far away for some of you, or they just came back. I don't know if that makes sense. There's a Pisces. Pisces, are you out there, Pisces? Let us know. Yeah, so Pisces, you have this the sun being in the seventh house. Your business is moving now. You're getting that shit going. At first, you were supposed to be doing some behind the scenes shit, working on it, working the kinks, trying to manage your time. Really, that's what I'm getting from you. Mars is in the fourth house, is going to have you really working on shit at the home for your business or with your partner, or what you're going to decide on to going on for your life, right? The fourth house is your mother. So some of you may be having some changes, like your mom could literally be like popping up to you. She may be going through some physical changes depending on her situation, or some financial changes, again, depending on her situation. So some people, let's see, what else? I got some people on here said, just landed a financial job and my boyfriend and I do long distance. Yeah, a lot of you Pisces people have a long distance relationship. The person is quite busy right now. Whether it's at home or whether it's with their job, they're quite busy right now. They also got a little bit of like their own little secrets. So whether it's finances or whether it's like with friends, depending on the type of person you're dating, just want you to know that, because, hello. Somebody says thinking about moving far away. You're going to get that notion of wanting to move, especially moving states, because you're getting eclipse in the house of travel and states. So a lot of Pisces people will be doing road trips from now to next year, 2023. Now, Mars is also going to go ahead and challenge your 10th house. So whether it's your public image, how you look, or the type of stuff that your boss or you're assigning yourself or you're learning something new at work. So I don't know if that makes sense to people. So the 10th house is requiring more steps for you at your job, actually executing them. Somebody said they just got a union job, which means you're going to have to pay union fees, but that's a different talk. Let's see. Somebody's been taking care of their mom. This is for Pisces moon, by the way. Yeah, so just be thoughtful about that. Thinking about why does that keep popping up. Again, you've been getting this urge, Pisces, to do something, create something. You've been thinking about it all since July. And now is probably the time that you're going to be executing, which is like performing, which is about getting this idea out of the ground, okay? Because that's what's like brewing up. Again, so Mars is going to be opposing your 10th house stuff. So job, not necessarily you losing a job, but you having to do extra steps for that job or with the bosses. But this is going to come out in different times. Then it might be or your attendance at work. That's another thing. Venus is still in Leo. And while Venus is in Leo, the logistics are being ran in your job. Venus is very important for you, Pisces, because it details what it is that you're going to be facing financially, like debt-wise, that are coming up. So right now, some Pisces, because Venus is in Leo, there's been some unexpected debt that you weren't planning, and now you have to focus on that, whether it's with your car, whether it's with a credit card, whether it's with a child, whether it is with, or maybe you're investing into your business. I fuck with it. I like this for you. What else is another thing that I want you to know? Mars is in Gemini and is transit your 9th house. So these are long distance family, could be going through some changes in their life, some 8th housey changes. So whether it's like financial or physical, or like they have to change, like I said, something in their life, right? Like I said, I keep hinting you may need mentors, or a lot of you may need to advertise more because the South Node is being there, or you're just learning so much, you're trying to figure it out, put it all together and how it fits you, because the 4th house is like your development of self. A lot of you are going to be maybe changing your eating habits. Mars is the ruler of your food, and the 4th house is how you feel about your body. So being that Jupiter was in your 1st house, a lot of you did gain weight. Some of you, a lot more than likely. A lot of you, like I said, maybe in like some groups or something, helping a friend out. Mars is also having this transit where it's going to the 11th house, which is Capricorn, is going to be having some type of transformation in that house. So whether you cut off, or your friend owes you money, or you cut off talking to strangers, or you are in a client-based job or stranger-based job, something like that, or a group-based job, Pisces, that you're going to cut that off, because you may be entering a new job. A lot of Pisces may be getting a new job as well, because you're in that cardinal axis. Does that make sense? Does that make sense for everybody? Somebody said, yeah, I've been thinking about revamping yourself. Yeah, a lot of you are going to be really taking care of yourself. Self-care, the spas, the face, checking your teeth is coming up here for your teeth. What else? Thank you. Shout out to you. Let's look at what I wrote down for you in notes. I'm going to see if I have anything on my calendar for you. The new moon. Let's talk about the new moon, August 27th. Also happening during this 7th house transit of relationships, contracts. So all types of relationship. And because Mars just enters your fourth house, a lot of the relationships could be like grandma or grandpa from your mom's side. Shit like that. So, okay, let's see. What else is the, oh, I meant to tell you something else. Oh yeah, the new moon. The new moon is happening in your seventh house. Is changing situations up with people that have kids. So if you have a child and you're a Pisces placement, you're going to be changing something up with your child. Maybe your child signs up for a class. A lot of you may finally do an outing with your boyfriend / lover. You go see them. You know, so some of you, like I said, are far away. Somebody asks about retrograde Mercury. I have no problems with retrograde. Yes, all children are starting school, so there might be a new, like I said, it makes sense you're having a change of schedule. But I saw a comment about retrograde. Mars will go retrograde around November 1st. We'll talk about it then. But retrograde Mercury affects your relationships and the stuff that happen in your home or changes with your assets. I'm going to tell you the truth. If you're going to do something under retrograde, that's fine. Just know that there's going to be some retrograding about it. You're going to have to go back. You're going to have to redo something. Somebody, excuse me. We are at Pisces right now. By the way, I did Aquariuses, which I'm also saving. And you can watch it on my YouTube because duh. Somebody said 2K for a baby, and I'm talking to someone in Jersey. So, which makes sense because you have an active third house, Pisces. So you would talk to people that are further away, that you would drive more. Like I said, what else is another thing that I got going on? Mercury will enter Virgo. Whoa, Mercury been in Virgo. The fuck? Excuse me. Mercury will retrograde in Virgo in your seventh house, which is ideally going to affect Mars, obviously. Now, Mars, Gemini, and Virgo is two different ways to see it. For Gemini's placements, it gets you more emotional. There's stuff happening at home. So if you're a Pisces rising or the Pisces placement and you have a Gemini placement, just know that these events are happening in the home within you. Now, let's say you're a Pisces with Virgo placements. This is going to be happening at work. That's the difference. So that way you can understand it, which makes sense. So the reason being is, like, right, and I'll talk about that when I get to the Gemini placement. But I just want you to know when Mercury does go retrograde, it does in Virgo, it kind of helps businesses because some numbers that were ran recently are the wrong numbers. Whether in your job or markets, there's something going on in your job that's not being done properly, whether it's training or the personnel, by literally September 23rd, a lot of that will change because it needs to get corrected. So when Mercury in Virgo goes retrograde, there will be corrections in those Virgo Gemini placements, and Mars is going to help it. So Mars is going to help that correction between your houses. So what you want to do is you want to look at where's your Gemini and where's your Virgo. How do they work with each other right now? So for a Pisces, this is happening whether your relationships or whether it's at home with your family, your dad's side, your grandma's popping up a lot. Again, let's see what else is another thing I want you to know. Venus will trine Uranus. I don't care about that. But, well, Saturn square Uranus. Everybody's going to be affected by that by September 15. And Saturn is in your 12th house, squaring Uranus in your 3rd house. And to me, when I see that action happening, for me, Pisces, this is going to change how you work with groups of people, how you work with your older siblings, how you're working with, let's say you're learning let's say you're taking a class or learning some type of skill for the betterment of your job. A lot of you are kind of learning something as well because your ninth house is getting eclipsed, but it's like for your job. So a lot of you in that department will be changing either the curriculum or the social, or the, like I said, the people in your job is changing. Who's a Pisces that I know is going through that? Like, for instance, like Bad Bunny's a Pisces. He's on the radio 24/7. Why? Because the Rahu and the Uranus is happening in his third house away from his sun, which is why we hear him so damn much everywhere. When the square happens, we may see another event about him. I'm just using him as an example because he's literally a celebrity that I know is going through the same thing, and I just wanted you to know that. So the desire for freedom is more like you want the freedom to do whatever you want. You just want to relax. So let me see some of these comments that we have. I just took an advanced class and I'm revamping all my offerings. Pisces, Sun, Gemini, Rising. See, so somebody is moving up in her skill set. Right now, all Pisces are brewing up a skill set that will make them money from La Casa, in the internet. If that makes sense. Neptune is going to be in Aries in your second house, which, who's going through that now? Aquarius is. And notice how Aquarius is, they're up and is stuck. Who's that? Okay. So I just wanted you to know, I'm about to start an astrology class. I started class for my degree. See, a lot of you are learning. So when that Saturn squares the third house, you might have to not necessarily cut it off a class or take time off from that and focus on something else that becomes a priority. It depends on your chart. So like if you have a Uranus and Scorpio, obviously that's really going to affect you. If you have Uranus or like Uranus in to Sagittarius, this is those people that are like, that's going to affect your career. If you have Uranus and Capricorn, this is affecting your group, what you're doing with groups of people, like internet people. If you're having unexpected events, like I know some Pisces that had strangers be like attacking them because they have Uranus and Capricorn. There's some Pisces that I know just have partners and that you guys might have been arguing with the partner over or misunderstanding with the partner over a child or pets. Some of you. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense, y'all? Please let me know. Pisces moon. I just finished my courses and I'm preparing for the exam. Yeah, and that's what the month of September is going to be like for you. You doing that exam. When Mercury goes into Libra, it will be a lot beneficial for you in finding more research. So if you don't click right now, Mercury and Libra is going to be very helpful. My Pisces daughter is going to dental hygienic certification on her senior year. She's getting a certificate, which is perfect because she can literally use that as soon as she get out. I'm looking forward to that. I've been learning 2 different languages to increase my prospects. Good job. Somebody is learning 2 different languages. That's good. The third house is linguistics. A lot of Pisces are either learning a language or even acting. So I would, if I were you, learning something or developing some type of project that's behind the scenes that you'll make is going to, literally all of this is going to be beneficial by 2024. Okay, so I just want to let you know that. Somebody else says, Pisces, Sun, Gemini, Rising. I'm about to start my own consulting business, which is perfect because Pisces, the Sun is about to enter your 7th house. The 7th house is consulting. So I'm very happy for you. My sister got her car stolen and she's a Pisces. She probably has Uranus and Capricorn. And that's why it's happening. I signed up for 3 classes. Yeah, you would be doing that right now, which is perfect. If you're signing up for classes, do them in teams. Listen, I be learning shit and I be testing it out with you guys. It just be working. Hello, I'm just that one. Hello, I'm talking shit. Anyways, thank you, Pisces. I think that was good enough on that. Just remember that Mars and Gemini will be squaring all of your Pisces placements, all of your Virgo placements, all of your Sagittarius placements. It's actually opposing Sagittarius. And it's going to be transforming your Capricorn house. Capiche? And I'm going to save that here. And I can't do another live because my computer is dying. But I will be doing a live at night. Oh, no, stop.